My sister is the golden child for my parents, but this has cost them dearly. There's no way around it. I've always been a shadow in my house. My parents have always preferred my older sister and tried in every way to sabotage me if they saw that I was doing something that could overshadow her. They forbade me from participating in some very important competitions when I was still a minor because they knew I could win since I was strong in my fields and this would overshadow my sister. My birthday parties were always poor compared to my sister's because, in their minds, I shouldn't have anything better than her. They also tried to prevent me from going to college, saying that they wouldn't pay, because I had been bought into a more prestigious college than my sister, but by then I was already of age, so I packed my bags and left. My maternal aunt paid for the college for me, but I gave her back all the money when I started working. After I left, I cut all ties with my parents and sister and lived with my aunt. I graduated, got a great job that paid more than well, and 2 years ago I was able to buy a house. I have received sporadic news from my maternal grandparents about my parents, and recently I learned that they are not doing well financially. My sister, even though she graduated in a specific field, tried to open several different businesses of her own, but they all failed in a short time. Obviously my parents always paid for everything, and this has backfired because now they are full of debt, and my sister refuses to find a job because she is still stubborn in the idea of opening her own business, always with my parents' money, of course. The matter left me quite indifferent, and I will certainly never offer to help them, even if I can financially, because they have tried in every way to undermine me, and if I hadn't had my aunt I probably wouldn't have even been able to go to college, thanks to which I now have the job that allows me to be financially stable. Anyway, here's the thing. 2 months ago I got a big promotion at work that increased my salary pretty significantly. I took my aunt and maternal grandparents out to dinner at a really fancy restaurant to celebrate, and we took some pictures that ended up on social media. My sister still follows my aunt on Instagram, and when she saw the pictures from the fancy restaurant and read the caption, my aunt wrote something really sweet about how proud she was of me and that my efforts allowed me to indulge in luxury every now and then. She got mad and messaged me on Instagram saying that I should be ashamed for going around wasting money while she and my parents were struggling to make ends meet. Soon after, my parents joined in saying that they had spent years taking care of me, and so it was time for me to do my daughterly duties and help them. This was the first thing all of them wrote to me after years of silence between us. I didn't reply, but I showed their messages to the rest of the family, my paternal grandparents and my father's other siblings, telling them the whole story behind. My aunt was furious and called them, telling them a lot of things that I can't repeat, but she threw in their faces all the favoritisms towards my sister and the fact that they refused to pay for my college, and now they have the guts to demand money from me. A real bomb has exploded in the family, and now everyone is against my parents and my sister for their shameful behavior. My paternal grandparents also stopped helping my parents financially. Before this, I didn't even know they were doing it, stating that it was time for my sister to get a real job and pay off her debts on her own. My sister wrote me back, angry, insulting me and saying that I shouldn't have aired our dirty laundry outside, and now the whole family was judging them. My parents wrote back in a more docile way, apologizing and asking if we could try to reconnect, but I blocked all 3 of them on every social media and told my maternal grandparents that I didn't want to hear any news about them anymore. Over the years I had considered going to therapy several times to deal with all the emotional traumas that my parents had inflicted on me, but I always thought, but now I'm fine and happy, I don't need it. Though, now that I've gotten this small and unexpected revenge, I feel much better, as if a weight had been lifted from my shoulders. Maybe I was really holding a grudge without realizing it, and I have the doubt that there are other repressed emotions inside me. Perhaps I really need to therapy, but I am scared of let my emotions flow out. I am really confused.